What is up? Welcome to Messing Around Mondays with the boys. We have an awesome episode for you today. We are going to be doing our press release. We got some hot topics on the agenda for today. We have a Should I Watch That with Tins. We're back second week in a row. We have our Should I Watch That on a very popular series that I've actually watched as well. So I am excited about that segment to talk with Tins, chop it up a little bit about a show we both really liked. And we are wrapping up today with what I think is going to be a hotly contested draft. Maybe, should I say it, one of our more contentious ones we've ever had. We are drafting Pop-Tart flavors. We teased this a couple times. Well, a couple weeks ago, we talked about how, shout out, rip to the founder of Pop-Tarts, Mr. Tart himself. I don't actually remember his name. It's something. It's got a name somewhere, but he passed away. So in honor of, I'll look it up so I don't disrespect him. And I'll announce it before we'll dedicate the draft to him. We are drafting Pop-Tart flavors, and so it's gonna be a fun one. There's a lot of ways that one could go. I think it's gonna be good. So with all that being said, boys, how we doing today? We feeling good?
I'm feeling great. I've had a great weekend so far. Pretty laid back, relaxed. So it's been good.
Mr. William Post.
Shout out.
Died at the age of 96.
Post.
Yes, not
right.
Mr. Tart. Close enough.
It is fine. The Oscars are on right now.
Yes.
They started early too.
Oscars.
Started like 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Have you guys been following it?
I saw that Into the Spider-Verse got snubbed.
What a bunch of cowards.
Other than that, this was probably one of my lower years of going to the theater, so I'm a little behind on some of the 2023 movies.
I think it's actually almost over. I think they're pretty far into it. At this point, I will say that Oppenheimer has won a bunch of Oscars at this point where we are. It won for Best Editing. It won for Best Cinematography. It won for Robert Downey Jr., won for his portrayal in Oppenheimer as well. And so they're kind of stacking up some wins. Heard the Godzilla -1 won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. So maybe if we see them keep coming, I think Oppenheimer's probably going to hit a bunch of categories. But we'll update you on Best Picture if it happens.
Barbie as well.
Has Barbie won a bunch?
Well, I just know that they were nominated for a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, I'm not sure they have won any yet, actually. A lot of the big categories haven't happened yet. We'll keep you updated. Yes, we know a lot about movies here on this podcast, so
they were nominated for 9 Globes.
Oppenheimer, this is not the Globes.
Barbie.
Mason.
Wait,
it's
the Oscar. No, it says Oscar. And 9 Oscars.
Oh, I just couldn't. Globes.
I didn't mean to. Words are hard, you know.
They're not even close to each other.
I actually think Oppenheimer is the only movie out of the entire slate that I saw. I saw Into the Spider-Verse, which lost, or Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So shout out to that, I guess. But so today, Mason, you had a take for us.
Yes.
Let's open the floor. Mason, he started off hot today. He got on the mic. He was like, guys, I have something to say. I need the world to hear this take.
I do. The entire world, listen up.
Yeah.
So we bought like the ginormous bag, like the ones that you actually put, like are meant to buy to put in Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the only Reese's Easter egg, which we've talked about before. Oh, Tins just gave a 2 thumbs down.
It's my least favorite Reese product.
Wow.
The peanut butter to chocolate ratio is not good to me.
Wait, even the minis, like the mini ones?
The mini eggs are good. Or the regular size full egg. Too much peanut butter. So dry.
Wow. Yeah, you need a glass of milk with that.
Yep.
So I was eating these and I just went, like, I put the whole Reese's in my mouth, ate it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that was a lot. But then I bit into the next one, and I was like, this just hits different. This is like a good one bite. So I wanted to open up the pod on what is the best like one bite like item out there. Like all you need is one bite, and it's like it hits different too. Because I have a couple different things as well. But let's open the pod. Tins, you're thinking over there.
Yeah,
what?
When you're eating Oreos with milk, doing the whole Oreo in one bite. After you dunk it in your milk, get it to that nice, perfect, not soggy but soft.
How many seconds? How many seconds in the milk bath?
It depends on what kind of Oreos we're talking about here. We're doing double stuff or doing single stuff.
Always double stuff.
Well, some of these like funny flavored ones are single stuffs, like the peanut butter chocolate pie Oreo, which is shooting up my rankings on a daily basis. It's a single stuffed, but it's very good. But like 5 to 6 seconds, I think you're right where you need to be.
Don't you worry. The next guy at pod, we're always working here. Tinsley will have a Oreos ranking here in the near future. I would love to hear this list.
Every time I see a new flavor, I do try them all. I just
anytime we go on a road trip,
cake, the dirt pie one. It just tastes like a chocolate Oreo, but then it has the sprinkles up top. It's supposed to be the gummy worms, which was Mason's like all-time best dessert of some sort. Thanksgiving, I believe.
I think it was in Thanksgiving.
So
that was a good draft.
Yeah.
So I will say, let me shout out one other type of candy right now. Easter candy. My favorite Starburst jelly beans are out and about.
Yeah.
I just bought a bag at Kroger myself. I've kind of put it off because I'm a person who, when he has a bag of jelly beans, it doesn't last very long in my presence. I kind of just eat on them all the time. But I bought my yearly bag. I like to buy a yearly bag of jelly beans around Easter, the Starburst, and I like to buy like a half gallon of eggnog around Christmas time. I like to like hit a little those seasonal things and but get them in small bunches, or I will consume a lot of it.
Over under 25 minutes of eating a bag of jelly beans.
That's a lot of jelly. I think I'm always curious. So there's like 2,000 calories worth of jelly beans in one bag. So.
See, I can eat a lot of savory stuff like in one sitting, but sweet stuff, I can't. I get sick.
Sweet stuff is mine.
So gross.
Zach, did you have any
like so sugary?
Yeah. Did you have
like
one bite ones?
Do you like the jelly beans that are Do you like the jelly beans that are all red with the watermelon, strawberry, cherry, or the?
I do like those. Personally, I like all of the flavors. I kind of like the grape one. It's pretty good. I don't know. I do like the all cherry, but I feel like all those flavors tend to bleed together. And if you grab 3 or 4, I kind of like feeling the different flavors. The yellow, even the lemon, pop it in there. It kind of balances it out some. That's where I'm at.
I like to get a bag of the regular mix and a bag of the all red cherry and mix them.
Oh, that's big time.
It's big time.
Like a really high percentage of red, but you still get all the rest of them.
But you still get the other ones mixed in there too.
That's smart. This is why he's good at this.
I'm a professional snacker. I just did this today. We have the 2 bags and I mix them. So I'm out here eating jelly beans. Just I'm just trying to test stuff out for the listeners to make sure it's good for them.
What a guy. Yeah.
True hero. Zach, did you have any one bite, like the best bite? Those,
the best one bite of something.
Yeah. I will say fresh McDonald's fries in the car. That's a good one bite. That's like it has to be in the car through the drive-through and it's got to be fresh fries. That's a good one bite.
You got to be eating your wife's fries, and then when you get home, you get yours. And you're like, some of yours must have fell out. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
They really gypped you, didn't they? They didn't mind. Mine's full all the way.
Mine's full all the way.
I'm honestly a guy usually who likes to eat food a little slower to
savor every bite.
Times. So I kind of take smaller bites. I try to. If I'm eating like something I'm excited about, I kind of like to make it last longer.
I've watched Zach cut up 4 Buffalo Wild Wings and make it like it savoring like his last meal.
I mean, it makes you eat a little slower. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep thinking on that, the one bite idea.
That was a thing. We would go to B-Dubs and probably spend like 2 hours there. Like that was like you couldn't just go there for 30 minutes. It was like with Zach,
there's no
you better carve out 2 hours of your day.
That's fast, to be honest. He does savor every bite.
I'm not a fast guy.
He's not gonna eat. He's not gonna choke on his food. He's gonna take his time, make it worth his while. I just thought of another one. Wendy's chicken nuggets are a one bite item for me.
Yeah.
Are you biting into it or
no? Dip it in the sauce and toss.
When I was eating 50, it certainly was one bite.
Certainly, Mason was doing
Mason's
like
downfall.
4 bites. He had a lot of sauce in his stomach, slowing him down.
I did have a ton of sauce for my nuggets. Yeah, that was the downfall. It's okay.
I'm not sure your stomach is large enough.
Yeah, that too. No, I had a quick list of things that I felt like just hit different, which and so this is not just a one bite. This is like depending on how you eat it or when you eat it. And so my number 3 was Doritos when you first open the bag. Like you just open up that bag and you eat like the first Dorito. That could be a one bite still. But once you crinkle up that bag and you put like the clip back on it, it's not as good after that, obviously. But it's just Doritos that hit different, you know. Especially if you go like
the whole bag.
Yes. Also,
I'm there, Tins. See, Tins, look at him. He knows. He's hacked with Tins right now.
Your chips can't go stale if you eat them all in one sitting.
Good point.
Bingo bongo. Got him.
That's a good point, Tins. I should try that next time.
Not a good point. That's why I look the way I do.
Number 2 was when you forget to drink water all day, and it's like 5-6 o'clock, like in the afternoon or at night, and then you have that first sip of water, and you're so thirsty that you just start chugging the whole water. That just hits different, you know. It's just because you didn't realize it, but you're thirsty all day long. And then number 1 was the Reese's egg. You just bite right into that, and it's way better. It hits different and way better than if you would just eat the whole thing in one bite.
I do agree with that. I do like to bite into the Reese's. I think if you try to eat the whole thing at once, even a regular Reese's, it's just a lot of peanut butter.
Yep.
But I do stand on the fact that I do put the Reese's egg towards the bottom of my rankings. I'd like anyone on Twitter to come fight me about it.
He's ready.
Fight him.
How about the Christmas tree? Is that
to fight me?
Is that number 1? Christmas tree?
No, surprisingly, I think the pumpkin is my favorite.
For
Halloween.
All right. Once again, we need that list as well
as with the
list of Oreos. Yeah. All right.
So I got some homework to do.
It does.
Morgan's going to be like this week to make sure my rankings are correct and up to date.
Morgan's like, why is our grocery bill like an extra $50, $60? And you're like, oh, for research for the pod. How to get
every one of it type of Reese's.
She doesn't let me go in the grocery store alone.
I wonder why.
It's bad.
Because you would do that.
Yeah, it's bad. I just get stuff. I'm like, oh, this sounds good.
We've all gone on road trips together, and Tinsley's like choices of food, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but they are so bad for you. It's like Oreos is the number 1 like thing that you always get every single time. And then ice cream that doesn't keep.
Yeah,
but it's
I'm the only guy for like a one night stay. Like we're doing one night in an Airbnb. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to get some ice cream. It's like, are you going to eat that whole pint? Well, I guess I have to. I can't take it with me.
So you've either done that, eaten the whole pint in one night, or we didn't get around to it. So you're like, well, I can't take this. I can't take this back on the road. I'm just throwing this away.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
Yeah, I'm a interesting individual. I come to find out more about myself.
Wow, that's some good introspection.
I do some weird, strange things.
Weird guy. There we go. We all are. That's why we're here. Who else would start a podcast?
There's not enough podcasts.
All we need is more podcasts in the world. That's what we're here to provide you today. So let's move on to Let's move on to our press release for the day. I know Tins is gonna kind of lead into his should I watch that. So Mason,
yeah,
what do you got press release today?
All right, for all the don't you worry, I got your Starbucks quarterly updates here. I gave one last Christmas time and everything. So there is a new spring menu. Could you guys guess like the trending flavor right now?
For spring?
Just like trending flavor for coffee. I've seen this everywhere now. My wife Jalen. No, my wife Jalen actually picked one up at it wasn't Starbucks. It was a coffee place here in Cookeville.
Chocolate.
It is lavender. Interesting. Interesting taste there, but this was March the 7th, so last week. Starbucks welcomed spring with the debut of 2 new beverages. The first one was a iced lavender cream oat milk mocha.
I'm good on that. Okay, let me say something really fast.
Yes, go ahead.
You two are more of my. You two are like my cooking friends. People who are chefs and things of that nature. You know, Tins works in the kitchen. He's practically
been cooking a long time
at the Blue Coast. I feel like lavender is more like a smell or an aroma.
Yep.
Than a flavor.
Yeah, no.
So what are we doing with this?
I'll just say it. Basic white girls have taken over the world. And flavor wise, lavender is not it. Like you said, it is a scent. That's bad. Also, it's an oat milk. It's an oat milk mocha. It's really just chocolate, and then it's like a hint of lavender for the smell.
Yeah.
Lavender plants are native to the mountainous zones of the Mediterranean, where it grows in sunny, stony habits. Today, it flourishes throughout southern Europe, Australia, and the United States. Lavender is heavily branched, short shrubs that grow in the height of roughly 60 centimeters.
But what does it taste like? A flower?
You got to go get one of these drinks, apparently. But this thing is purple. This thing is green with a purple. You guys can't see that? Yep, green with it's like green and purple. Almost looks like something that Hulk, like if you were to do like a Hulk drink or something. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Then the next one, if you guessed that it was also lavender, you would be correct. That it's also on the bingo card. It's a iced lavender oatmeal latte, and it looks brown like a chocolatey. So it's a Starbucks blonde espresso with creamy oatmeal ice and sweet, subtle floral notes of lavender. Interesting.
I got another question for you. Oats, since when can they make milk? How do they make a milk? I am one that stands against the 10,000 milks in the world. Almonds can't make milk.
Only one milk.
Yeah, no. This milk comes from a cow or a goat.
Oh, he's even allowing goat milk.
He is allowing goat milk. Fine. You've had goat milk? I cannot say I've had goat milk.
Goat milk.
I've had goat cheese.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Cheese is awesome.
Is goat cheese awesome?
Bad? That's okay. This is another question. Since when is milk bad for you? Like regular cow milk?
Since
like,
yeah, I want to know.
I guess if you're a vegan, maybe you're not drinking cow milk.
Lactose intolerant.
Or you're lactose intolerant. Okay, there's a couple of reasons, I guess.
But when did we as a country decide that we are going to have a war against milk?
The founders of almond milk.
Because we don't want to be the poor cows. They're producing the milk anyway. We might as well farm them, get the milk from them. It's a resource.
Healthier? Is it has less fat in it or something?
What, like oat milk and stuff?
Yeah. Almond milk.
It can't have any fat for you. I mean, whole milk I know you guys are 2%ers, but milk is meant to be
I'm a skim milk actually.
have calories and fat and help your body. You know what the famous? Here we go. I'll shout him out. Thomas
Here we
Cox.
go.
For anyone who doesn't know who Thomas Cox is,
Oh,
famous creator of Meal Fit. He told me if you're going to drink milk, don't be drinking any of these dumb fake milks. You might as well drink whole milk and get your calories. If you're going to get calories one way or the other from liquids, don't waste it on dumb silk or almond milk. Drink whole milk. And that guy knows a little bit about nutrition. He's like pushing 55 years old and has an 8-pack.
He's gigantic. That's true, Tins.
So
war on milk.
I stand
Stop
with
the
milk.
war on milk.
We used to have posters up in our schools. Got milk.
Got milk. It used to be healthy. That's the thing. Yeah, we used to think milk was healthy.
And then all of a sudden, it's not. Who changed their minds?
But also, bread used to be at the bottom of the food pyramid. So that was also in textbooks.
You said bread's not healthy for you.
That's true. Maybe it is healthy. Maybe we were right back then.
Zach, can we name this episode "Stop the War on Milk"?
Stop the war on milk.
Is the name of the episode. Bet you won't do it.
Stop the war on milk. I'll get some clicks. That'll get some clicks.
Gluten allergies aren't real.
Oh, no.
Me and Tinsley know the headache that comes with the gluten-free. Now, if you do have an allergy, that's fine. But if you're just wanting to make my life harder because you don't want gluten, then I have to change my gloves out. Then I have to like make sure the whole area is like kept away from gluten. It's like a big deal. So if you have an allergy, I get that. But if you're just like, I'm picky and don't want gluten, you've eaten worse things than gluten. So don't give me that. And you're just making my life harder. There's the
okay, fine. Speaking of allergies that aren't real, Mason. I'm just
Yep. Let's get it. Let's get after it. Come on. Mr. Dorito boy.
Kidding, Mason. I've seen
Doritos.
Oh yeah.
There's red
Doritos.
40.
You can't even eat Doritos.
I can eat Doritos. I don't know how to explain it. Zach, you've seen it. You just said it. You both have seen me
before. I'm just joking.
It's because Mason's actually allergic to a dye that's called Yellow Lake 40, which is a yellow food-based coloring that is almost in every product that has red, but not Doritos.
Okay, we need to explain it a little bit. I feel like Mason, you spent most of your life
throwing up.
When did you find this? When did you find out about this?
No, I was like my whole like childhood. I would just get sick over like Kool-Aids and like any like red candies or artificial red anything.
Okay. Yeah, and
that was like to be honest, I don't think that we ever went to the doctor for it, but that was just the thing that was like. Anytime I would ever have something like that, it would make me sick.
Was it just mostly
and
liquids?
That's how it's still been.
Or I guess you said candy. You said candies too.
Yeah, candies, ice creams. Like I've had the strawberry ice cream make me sick. The Kool-Aids, anything like that. I wouldn't just be making this up.
I don't think you're making.
I don't need the attention.
I have not said you're making up. I said you've been misdiagnosed.
Probably.
And I did some research for you years ago, and I've been begging you to do the experiment.
Oh, yeah, which was to do that and see if I throw up or not. Or should I just go to the doctor and actually get an allergy test? Because we could do that, too. We could do that.
I found something. I think I found something that also doesn't have Yellow Lake 4 in it. That's like Doritos. And I was going to have you eat both. But I digress.
That'd be good content for the pod.
Good.
Let's diagnose Mason's allergy once and for all.
Series.
Let's do a science experiment.
Red today. Does it make him throw up or not?
I think that's a fun idea, actually. Let's workshop that a little bit. I think there's something there.
We'll cook it up offline. Mason is stoked.
Let's make him eat 50 chicken nuggets first.
Just so that I'm full.
And then if he throws up, he has to jump in the swimming pool as punishment.
A glass of Kool-Aid sitting there.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
No, when I was a kid, ask my brother Matthias. I threw up on the table of Fazoli's because I ate the red sauce. And then they were like, "Oh, we asked about it." And they're like, "Oh yeah, we do have dyes in our sauce." So I only eat the Alfredo there. This is serious. Ask my brother. He was there.
That's real
Yeah.
life.
Yep.
It could have just been the Fazoli's potentially.
Yeah, that's also.
I've never been wrong by Fazoli's breadstick. A Fazoli's breadstick. I've never been wrong by.
All right. Speaking of mediocre sit-down restaurants, here's my press release.
That's what we call in the biz a transition, ladies and gentlemen.
Fazoli's didn't do anything. They're minding their own business, and you
throw out one time. Okay, press release. 2 of America's iconic chain eateries are set to combine forces. This is courtesy of NBC News. IHOP and Applebee's have begun to open dual-branded locations. So it's like a Taco Bell Pizza Hut Express situation, but IHOP and Applebee's. It kind of makes sense where, you have IHOP for the breakfast crowd. You got the Applebee's rolling in for the whatever else crowd comes to Applebee's.
Late
people
night,
just
because
that
IHOP
stuff
is open late.
Yeah,
right,
people that just have bad taste in food, they can go to
here we go. Let's fight some more. Let's go. Mason bases his opinion on Applebee's because it didn't do well in Cookeville.
Everything does well in Cookeville.
Newsflash for you, Mason. We had a Moe's close. Moe's is like one of the biggest like franchise companies in the country.
It's because you run the kitchen at Blue Coast Burrito, and they are just killing it so much that they just shut Moe's down. That's what happened.
And
Chipotle's here.
Applebee's is huge. Applebee's is an establishment that is bang for your buck. They have all you can eat wings.
When's the last time you've been to Applebee's?
I don't know.
On purpose,
probably.
There you go.
We'll see. Most people will make fun of Applebee's as being very poor quality. I have been to one. It was because I had a gift card. It was not super.
That was the only reason you went there is because you had a gift card.
Correct. Much less.
It's like the butt-in of jokes like in movies and stuff too. Like comedy movies. It's like, oh, if you want to go, like they make jokes about how bad.
Movie. Nothing blows up in comedy movies.
Mason hates movies.
I don't want to hear it from you.
I'm trying to remember. There's some scene in a movie that talks about how bad Applebee's is.
Well, apparently they're open in Mexico right now. But they are working on getting their way to the U.S. It's just like apparently both restaurants sell the same, like they sell the same menu and stuff, but they're just both at the same location. So it saves costs by having a whole thing. They can just have both types. You want pancakes, you want some chicken wings, you can get both.
Yeah. But IHOP has a pretty big menu where you can get that kind of stuff too.
It's true. It is weird.
Oh, the clip in Talladega Nights is in Applebee's and then Hall Pass. They make fun of Applebee's. There you go.
Wow. Got him.
Yep. Got him. It's not good, Tins.
Applebee's
you cannot
is fine. It's fine.
Okay. Fine is
cheap.
there we go.
It is cheap.
I'll take fine. I'll take
cheap,
fine.
Like okay food.
I will say that I've been to IHOP after COVID, and I think COVID like changed a lot of their hours or not. The 24 hours at IHOP was what made it what it was. And I just feel like it's not been the same ever since COVID. A lot of places are like that, so I'm not hating on them as much, but I will just say I've not been to IHOP on purpose as much as I did before COVID. They were better before COVID. They're so understaffed there. I think I went last time and waited like 20 minutes before I got a drink. So
I do feel like IHOP used to be very good. I feel like that used to be like a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
used to be
you go after
after
high school football games or like
prom,
if you're high school, high school kid, you would go all the time. Maybe because we're not in high school anymore. Maybe that's why we don't. Yeah,
it is good. I mean, I enjoy it in IHOP.
Morgan took Macy the other day. She said the menu's gotten even bigger, which is hard to believe because it was a pretty big menu when we used to go all the time.
It's like a book.
She said it was 10 pages.
Holy cow! Got to sign it.
It's like the Cheesecake Factory.
And then they didn't have the like the cinnamon bun pancakes anymore, so I'll definitely not be going back.
Side of chicken tenders? Did she get?
Yeah, side of chicken tenders for my pancake. Shout out. You know who you are. Shout out.
All right, moving on. Another press release. I got a couple here. I got a couple of rapid fire ones coming up. This one's pretty big, potentially earth shaking. Apparently, we are in the midst of a cicada cicada apocalypse situation. In 2024, and this is actually pretty interesting. Apparently, this is science. There's only 2 types of cicadas that exist in the wild. And they're like on this weird time schedule. So one of them only comes every 17 years, which I actually I feel like I might remember that last one, because I specifically remember a summer where it was like, if you go outside, it was like it was like constant. So I hope that sound resonated well in the podcast world.
It's beautiful. That was 2010.
The only one only comes every 13 years. That was the 2010 one. The 13 years. So there's a 13-year one and there's every 17-year one. So this year, for the first time in 221 years, these years have lined up. So both types of cicadas will exist in the same summer. And they're anticipating this actually could be pretty bad for a lot of things. Like, we haven't seen this since the year 1800 almost. So they're anticipating that billions of cicadas will be emerging largely in the Midwestern and southern United States. And because there's both, you might see damages to trees, you might see damages to your yard. At the very least, it's going to be extremely annoying and loud all the time outside. And so I think this is actually a real thing that's going to be happening. Like, it's trackable. And so we will be getting, this will be a heavy cicada summer, folks.
Well, I guess you'll need to put on your headphones, listen to the Next Guy Up podcast to drown out the annoying buzz of the cicadas. I don't know. I feel like the cicadas, it's every year we've got cicadas running around. And what do they do underground for 17 years? What are they doing? Is this the CIA? Is this the government releasing these things? Who knows? Conspiracy Corner with tents.
There you go. What happened to the cicadas?
That's our next episode we're going to do, releasing on Wednesdays. Conspiracy Theory with tents.
Okay, so here's why cicadas come up from the ground. They only come up every 13 or 17 years to mate. And once they mate, the male dies, apparently.
Rip.
Or to breed. Is that different? I don't know. I guess during breeding, the female produces 500 eggs and then dies.
So it takes 13 or 17 years to hatch these suckers?
I don't know. That's all I know about cicadas.
And then all they know to do is to come out of the ground after 13 years, and all they know is to come up and
make some babies.
Get it on?
500 eggs.
What do they eat? Under the ground. I need a cicada expert on the pod. I need to talk to somebody here.
They're like in a shell, right? That's why they like get out of their shell and leave them everywhere when they're So I think they're literally like in hibernation in the ground.
I think they do eat like leaves on trees and stuff. That's why they can do damage to trees for sure. Female cicadas slits into the bark to lay eggs.
There's going to be a shortage of flamethrowers in the summer of 2024. Go ahead and buy your flamethrower now. Because there's going to be a shortage. Because I feel like that's the only way of killing them is just setting them on fire.
Could be how they have our birds' real movement. I'm gonna get our cicadas' real movement going. Because
that'd be a lot of robots.
Little robots,
millions of them, just to invade everywhere.
Well, the question is always: have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Have you ever seen a baby cicada? Checkmate.
So think about checkmate. Okay, last press release, and then we'll be on tins. This is a pretty big deal. Netflix's first ever boxing event will feature 2 people of around the same age, and what has to be a very fair fight. Jake Paul versus one Mike Tyson. This feels crazy to me. First of all, I mean, I think it's going to do huge numbers. So shout out to Netflix. Obviously, it's going to get a lot of views and whatever.
Yeah.
This Mike Tyson. Does anyone know how old Mike Tyson is?
About 68, maybe.
I was gonna say
Oh, that's
62.
too old. He's 57 years old.
Okay.
Oh, he's moving
57.
around like he's a lot older than that.
I don't know. He's pretty jacked, actually. He
I saw him
has
walking
gotten in
with a
pretty good
cane
shape.
recently. They're showing when this first got announced. Everybody was like, "This is Mike Tyson walking with a cane. Like, what are we doing?"
57. Well, he has had a pretty tough life. He boxed a lot, and we know that could do some damage to your body.
Right.
He's born in 1966, and he's boxing Jake Paul. This feels insane. But I think it opens the door for the funniest possible. It may be like the most lopsided, like rooting for someone in history
Ever.
of boxing. Like,
Yeah.
98% of people will be rooting for Mike Tyson just to like land one good punch
Knock him
and just
out.
end Jake Paul. That's what it's gonna take. We know it. It's like one absolute like perfect punch and he's done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's gonna be cooked. So very interesting. But Jake Paul has done this kind of thing where he just fights people who are not actually boxers or people who are used to be good boxers, and he kind of sneaks around and get these. I mean, he's done it well though. He's made lots of money doing this. So
Yeah, but this is gonna hurt his
Maybe.
like cause that he's trying to get into professional boxing like on a legitimate level, and where he's said that he wants to do that and fight for like a real belt. Well, fighting Mike Tyson is not going to help you get there for
He's
a
gonna make
big
millions of
publicity
dollars, though.
stunt.
He's gonna make a
that's
lot
true.
of money.
Yeah,
And Mike Tyson
sure.
is going to make a bag, and even if he gets knocked out, it's not going to matter.
Well, I've seen a rumor that they're going to have a no knockout stipulation, which they've had this in a fight before with the Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, where essentially it's an agreed on thing where they're not going to come after each other and try and knock each other out. It's a glorified sparring session is what it's really going to end up being. Where like they'll trade, but there's not going to be like they're not going to try and knock each other out.
Yeah, this is not like for a heavyweight title or anything. This is just like, let's make a bunch of money and
Let's
televise
just have a
this.
fun time on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think it's free on Netflix too. So if you own Netflix, you won't have to pay extra money for it.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, because they've done really well with their own pay-per-view company. Like the Pauls own that company, and they do these pay-per-views with the former UFC fighters and everything. And now they've made so much money off of that where it's made it worth it. But this Netflix is probably handing them a bag.
I say we do the thing right now, and we do a similar model, but we do Michael Jordan versus LeBron James one-on-one on Netflix, a live global sports event. Let them go.
Verbal trademark. Verbal trademark.
That'll be on the podcast network. Yeah. That'll be on our YouTube channel. Be on the lookout. MJ, we're finally going to settle the debate. Who's the
Once
goat?
and for all.
One-on-one, first to 5. Okay, that's my press release for today. I had a couple. Tins, what do you got?
Yep. So I just have one. It's going to lead into our should you watch that? But FX has got a new show that just released, Shogun. Apparently, it's based from a book. I don't know all the details of that. I've not watched this show yet, but it released and it was FX's most viewed premiere on Hulu, which FX has a huge deal with Hulu to watch shows like the next day after they premiere on live television, just in case you can't catch it. So Hulu's great for that. And they had 9 million views, passing The Bear for their season 2 premiere. So Shogun, it's just one season. Like I was talking about, it's based from a book. They've already come out and said they're only doing one season because they wanted to hold true to the story and not add anything that wasn't actually in there. Seen a lot of hype about it. It's definitely on my list to go and watch soon. So yeah, 9 million views, 9 million people.
That's
got
significant.
On Hulu.
That's
not
good.
even counting the live views. It's just the Hulu.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I will be checking that out at some point. I've not watched it yet, but I will get to it.
A lot of action, so I'll be watching it, or at least giving it a shot. can't promise. It's a TV series, so
But
how
it's
many
just one season.
episodes? Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure.
Well, like 8 or 10. It's pretty short.
Okay.
Yeah,
for
it's
a
pretty
limited
short.
series.
I could do it.
It's like it could have been a movie, like one really long movie, but they made it into a TV show.
Gotcha.
I like the limited series model. There's a couple of good ones that have been out where it's like, these are the 8 episodes. This is one story. This is it. Like, take it, do it. Like, kind of like the Queen's Gambit came out in that model where it's like, that's one story we're going to tell. This is it.
I feel like Hatfield and McCoy's was that one. That was like a big mini series. I feel like that was the one that kind of kicked it off that I remember.
Yeah, Band of Brothers is another one.
Yeah,
like 10.
So there's a couple of them. Yeah, and they start out. They literally say, "This is it, nothing else. We're just giving you this one season."
Yeah,
and we're not going to build on it.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Hulu television shows,
so FX. I think FX is kind of slept on their series. They put out a lot of good content. Justified comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
That really is kind of the forefront in my brain, probably right this second.
Sure.
But The Bear is a show that's been going on for a couple years now. It was one of these shows that I was like, I'm not going to watch that. I've worked, like I said earlier, I've worked in kitchens a long time. I've worked around food since I was 16. So it's a long time. I'm old. I'm washed. I've always had aspirations of opening a food truck someday. It's just kind of, I enjoy cooking. So anytime I see cooking shows, part of me just says, that's probably going to be lame or not really true to what this environment's really like. So Zach said he had started The Bear and he was enjoying it, and football's over. I had some more free time, so I started it and I couldn't stop watching. So this was a show that really got me really into it very quickly, and like I said, I finished it pretty quick for it being 2 seasons.
Yeah, and the 3rd season is coming out in June. So and they've already announced that they're working on the 4th. So we at least get 2 more seasons. I've watched almost all of the first 2 seasons as well. But so since we have our survey, I'm going to ask you some questions about the show, and you're going to give your feedback on it. So first, describe this TV show in 10 words or less. Describe The Bear in 10 words or less.
All right. Exciting, stressful, fast paced. It's really kind of the same stuff.
Okay.
Hunger. It's gonna make you hungry. It's gonna make you hungry when you watch.
I love that.
Engaging, intense.
Okay.
F-bombs. Family.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Fights.
And
chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Okay, so that leads into the second question a little bit. Is this family friendly? Would you watch this with your children?
No, this was a show that I was watching when my children went to sleep. I was watching it one night with Morgan was like next to me. I was watching it and she was like, "What are you watching and why did they?" I think they just said the F word 7 times in a 3-minute span. Like, it's a little. They let it rip. So no, I would not watch this.
A lot of language.
Children. Yeah, a lot of language.
Not a lot of like sexual content, but a lot of language. It is for network television, I guess, primarily. Yeah. Significant amount of language. A couple of big names in the show as well. We talked about one of them. What is it? I forget his whole name. I'm gonna butcher it if I try and say it. His last name is Bachrock, right?
Right. Yep.
Cousin. And then Jeremy Allen White, who's he's been trending upward. He's becoming a pretty big name in Hollywood. And then another character, probably the co-lead at this point, Ayo Adabiri. I probably butchered her name as well. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to. I'm bad at names too. Okay.
Ayo Edebiri is her name. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry. But she is very good in it as well. She plays kind of the sous chef who's the up-and-comer chef underneath Jeremy Allen White. So,
and then there's some surprise cameos from
right.
what's his name? From Shane from Walking Dead. John, I know that's
John
not what it was.
Bernthal.
Yeah, I know that
Yep.
he's a very big actor, but he does have some guest appearances, which are that's pretty big to get a big actor like him involved in the show.
Yeah, there's a couple of pretty big ones because in season 2 also, there's another big cameo. It is, oh man,
Saul from Better Call Saul.
oh, is he in it?
Christmas episode. Sorry if I just ruined it for you. Jamie Lee Curtis as well is in
Will
it.
Poulter is who I was thinking of. Will Poulter shows up in the episode in Copenhagen.
Oh yes, yep. There's a lot. Oliver Platt is a longtime pretty big actor. He's Uncle Jimmy in the series. So yeah, no, they've got a pretty big cast, but with some like rising stars as well.
Okay. Like it. It is a good show. I like it. So, all right. What is your hottest spoiler-free take about this show? Your hottest spoiler-free take?
Not
a lot of spoilers, I guess, but
yeah, because it's a show where they're working towards one goal. So I mean, without spoiling it, it's just I guess like the one big thing is how everyone progresses to the second season. Do they reach the goals for themselves personally, not just for themselves as a group? I don't really know how to answer that without spoiling certain things.
We won't spoil anything.
They do wrap it up very nice.
It's sort of like a workplace comedy, but like it's
just not funny.
It is funny at times, right? Yeah. There is some funny parts of it, but it's definitely workplace heavy, and it's about their lives. But it can be pretty dark at times as well. So there's pretty heavy themes in the show. All right. So lastly, let's wrap this up. Rate this TV show. Sorry, 1 to 10, and then after that, you can answer the question: should I watch that?
Okay. I'm going to go with an 8.2. This is a definite. Should you watch this? And the answer is yes. This is one of
unless you're a child.
Unless you're a child, stay away.
Amazing.
Even if you've never worked in a kitchen environment, I think this show would be interesting to you. It has all kinds of different levels of things people are going through their lives. They just happen to work at a restaurant. Talks about crazy families and just coming together to get a goal done, which is what I think the underlying thing of the show is. But it's very good. If you do work in a kitchen environment, I think you will love this show. It really kind of brought the cook side of me was like, oh, this is actually pretty true to like actual like cooking techniques and things they're talking about. It's not just made up stuff like you see in some movies or TV shows where you're like, no, that's not how any of this works. Which goes because there's a character, which I didn't even know this at all, but it was Michael Morrison. He plays Fack.
Maddie Matheson. Sorry, terrible with names. He's actually, I didn't know this. Zach sent me his YouTube. He's like a professional chef. He's executive producer on the show. Right. His character has nothing to do with cooking on the show. Which is he's like a maintenance man. Yeah.
He's a maintenance man. But I like that. That's one of the things in the show where they have someone who's probably on top of the cooking stuff. Like, no, we're not going to just say things that aren't true. Like, this stuff holds up. And so, I think it's really good. It's very engaging. It keeps your interest the whole time. Like the storylines, it's not just a show about cooking, but it's a big part of it.
Yeah, it is good. And so last question, it was a bonus question. Is this the best piece of media ever about a kitchen, based in the kitchen? What are some other ones? Ratatouille, maybe?
Ratatouille. Positive? Yeah.
Kitchen Nightmares?
Chef Junior?
Kitchen Nightmares.
Chef? Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, it's got to be.
Maybe. Could be, yeah.
It's got to be up there because there's a lot of these cooking shows are just bad.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. I love it. It's a good show. So check it out. Great. Should I watch that, Tins?
Thank you.
All right. Speaking of food and high fine dining. We're drafting Pop-Tarts, boys. We decided to keep this one as simple as possible. Stick to the content. This is we are just drafting 5 favorite Pop-Tart flavors, no categories, no fluff. You're just picking your 5. You're sticking with it. And so in honor of Mr. Post himself, here goes our
Mr. Tart again.
No, I'm gonna respect him. Shout out, he created the Pop-Tart. Have some respect. I mean, he made a lot of money off the Pop-Tart and all the other stuff he did. I'm sure there's more because Post is like their big brand. Okay, here's the spinny wheel. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Is there a 1 of 1 here? Big one?
Yes, 100%.
Mason's gonna draft something.
Well, Messin can't draft like half of them.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, it's spinning. It's spinning.
Nothing I like more than Messin picking 1-1, baby.
Mason is.
I'm ready for it.
1 of 1. It's perfect. Number 2 is tins, and I'm on the turn. Number 3. All right, Mason. What 1 of 1?
I'm ready to crush this draft. We've already teased it before, but I am a man that loves s'mores flavored. So give me the 1 of 1, the obvious frosted s'mores Pop-Tart.
Okay,
lock it in.
That's good.
That's like a no-brainer for me.
No brainer for him.
No brainer.
No, s'mores is good.
Thank you, everybody.
Interesting.
I'm going to lock up the strawberry Pop-Tart. I feel like it is a classic.
Good one. Good one, Tins.
You can't hate a strawberry Pop-Tart.
I looked up the number 1 selling Pop-Tart, and that was the one that brings in the number 1 selling.
Been around since the beginning, so it is what it is.
Yep.
And Messin
doesn't mean it's the best. It is a good one though. Strawberry's good. All right. I'm not sure if it's the hot take. I'm drafting with my heart here, I'm not going for the picks. I'm going for my heart. My number 1 overall, hot fudge sundae.
I knew you were about to say that.
Love the hot fudge sundae.
I feel like I've seen.
If you were to chart how many of these I have like on my Pop-Tart consumption, this is number 1 by like.
I've watched you eat them. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
They were in our high school vending machines, and I feel like it was a staple for all of our lunches.
Guys, it's good. I'm gonna tell you, it's like I do feel like it. Wow, like it held the spot that like Takis holds now on the youth of America.
On the youth, yep.
Hot fudge sundae.
We have a hot fudge sundae
every time. And I'm trying to. I think right now I'm trying to take a corner on the sweets. You guys kind of. I'm just doing it. I think I'm going to go with. Yeah, let's do it. Frosted chocolate fudge. Let's do it. The chocolate.
Ooh.
You don't like that one?
Too much chocolate. It's very dry.
It can be dry.
The frosting.
That's why you need some milk to go with it.
You gotta have some milk. That's why it's a breakfast staple. You gotta drink some milk with it.
Okay, chocolate fudge. We're locking it in. Self-explanatory.
My favorite type of Zach is the thinking Zach, where he's like, and he takes a while. All right, Tins, you're up.
Cooking.
All right. This one, yeah. I got a healthy one with the fruit, right? Let's get a sweet one. Let's get the cookies and cream, the Oreo Pop-Tart.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. For sure.
Also, everyone toasts their Pop-Tarts, right? We all big toasted Pop-Tarts guys.
I do if I have the opportunity.
If you have one, if not, you just
still eat them. They're okay in the microwave too.
Did you say which one did you just say?
The cookies and cream.
I'm making sure I don't draft the same one. Okay, yep. I'm gonna go with, and I like this one a lot. Is the brown sugar cinnamon? I can never say that word. Brown sugar cinnamon.
Wow,
Pop-Tart.
You really can't.
I really can't.
Yeah,
that is a good one.
it's a classic.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then the one that I've just always got was, and this may not be a flashy one, but I'm doing it anyways. It was just a straight up chocolate chip one.
Yep.
Straight up chocolate chip.
It's a good one, Mason.
Frosted chocolate chip. Thank you. It's like
there you go. Frosted. I need to hear that word frosted. There's unfrosted Pop-Tarts. This is a huge argument at UPS with there's like 4 dudes that work there that think unfrosted Pop-Tarts are better than frosted.
No, it's frosted. I'm pretty sure Zach's not even been saying the word frosted when he's been
I was drafted. Well, his have to come frosted.
There's also one that I've never even heard of before on this list, so I can't wait to talk about it. Yep, go ahead.
All right,
sorry.
Back to me.
Yep.
I'm running out of options already.
Here we go. This one. All right, I'm gonna take this one. This one was one of the first. I feel like it and s'mores came out at the same time, and when I was a kid, I was never allowed to have this because my parents told me it was junk. It wasn't not that somehow strawberry Pop-Tart was fine because it was fruit.
It's fruit.
Welcome to the childhood of tints. I am going to take the Wild-Delicious Wild Berry Pop-Tart with the purple frosting.
Yeah, yes. Wild-Delicious. It's junk.
That's what it's called. I'm reading it right there.
That's even got berries in it, Tins. That's fruit.
Well, according to my parents, it was junk.
Never heard of that one.
You never heard of the wild berry?
The purple one?
That's what it looks like.
You can't eat it because the filling's red, but
tough break. All right,
cornered him and just drafted things that weren't red, Zach. So then he would have to be a fraud.
Only different. And then make him eat one on camera. Okay, well, here we are. I think I'm gonna do frosted blueberry next.
Yep.
Definitely not as good as strawberry, but it's still there. It's still a fruit.
I'll take a blueberry.
I think it's fine. I'll eat a blueberry all day for sure. I'll eat it. I'll be happy with it probably. But if I'm ever, it's good, healthy, nutritional.
Exactly.
I will eat that without a doubt. Now my last one. This is gonna be interesting. Wait, I've got 3 already, right? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know. I didn't prep this far into the list, I think. All the good ones went off early. Mason's actually drafting good today. It kind of threw off my my entire strategy here. Okay, let's see.
There's some really wild ones out there that we haven't taken.
Do I want a wild one out there?
I know I'm
That's
about to take
scary. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. This is good podcasting, right?
Some would say.
Let's take this. I think it's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and corner the rest of the fruit market. I'm gonna do the frosted cherry. Frosted cherry. I think I've actually eaten that one a decent bit in my life as well. If I can have strawberry, I'll take both cherry and blueberry. So eat it, Mason.
Thank you, Zach.
You can eat that anyways.
He's never had cherry flavored anything in his life.
I can have regular cherries.
Okay, cherry flavored stuff is way better.
Yeah,
I like it. I'll save my last one for something kind of crazy.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Eggo waffle one. It literally tastes like a waffle with syrup. These are new, but I find them at Walmart. Got them one time, and now I get them every other week for UPS snack.
That's the one I've never seen before. Never heard of or never seen it. Yeah, I got a new one as well. Okay. So we're going. Am I at the roundabout? We're going one more round after this.
You
I didn't know if we were doing 4 or 5. Okay, so we're doing. Okay, I was kind of planning for 4, but I'm getting to the bottom of the barrel as well with Zach. We're just about to get really creative in here. I have had this one. This one came out recently, and it was the Snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
I'm drafting Snickerdoodle Pop-Tart. I have had it. It's good.
It's
The
good.
last
had it.
I have had it. Well, I just want to make sure I wasn't a fraud. I've been called that several times. We're in the 5th round of the. What else do you think?
It's like a cheap knockoff of the brown cinnamon sugar one. It's just, they're the same thing. Cinnamon filling.
Well, now I have both of them. If you're in the mood for some
Cinnamon
of
and
that
sugar. He's got the market cornered.
That's right. Okay, the last one. Am I going to draft this even though I've had the cereal, but I've never had the Pop-Tart? I don't think I've had a whole lot of these that are on this list, but I'm going for it. Apple Jacks Frosted.
You can't have that.
Well, I drafted it anyways.
You couldn't eat them.
What?
I said I never had it before.
What is it?
Apple Jacks.
They have
Flavored Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Are you going to draft that, Tins?
No, but I'm just making fun of him because he can't eat it.
Mason, in order to draft it, you have to eat it on the pod next week.
That's fine. We'll try it. Okay. Did you look up the ingredients while I was drafting it?
No, I just think they have red sprinkles. They're like orange.
Oh, it didn't look like it on the thing.
Scrape the sprinkles off.
I've had all of them except for that one.
Have you had Apple Jacks before?
It could be worse. I could have drafted pumpkin pie. I know how your all's feelings on pumpkin is.
Hey, no tipping pigs.
Yeah, you only did that to not have a fight.
Neither of you are going to draft that one. That's why I said it. Zach,
yeah, you know why? Because it would have just been cinnamon again. Pumpkin doesn't have a flavor. Pumpkin is not something that has flavor. People like cinnamon. That's what pumpkin drinks are. It's cinnamon.
He's getting heated.
I'm so over the pumpkin.
Okay. Tins, last pick. What do you got?
All right, last pick. I've got red velvet.
I've never tried this.
I never had it.
It's got the cream cheese filling. It's cream cheese filling.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
It's like the s'mores where it has cream cheese in the middle and then it has like the red flavoring, whatever you want to call it, on the outside. Fun fact about red velvet, it's just chocolate flavoring.
I was just going to say that.
Dyed red.
Someone told me that and I did not know that. And now my life has changed.
That's all red velvet really is. It's always paired up with cream cheese frosting, so it makes you feel like it's something different, but it's just chocolate.
Yep.
Wow.
Is your earth shattered now, Zach?
It was when I first learned it. It's crazy stuff. I was just going to ask you about that. Okay, last pick. I feel pretty good about getting this one last. Actually, I stumbled across it. It's one that I actually do have eaten before and like. This would be the chocolate chip cookie dough Pop-Tart.
It is good. It's hard to find.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's
I don't think I've had it.
You know, it's pretty good. Chocolate chip cookie dough. It maybe, I don't know if it's still in production or not, but I definitely
way better than the chocolate chip one.
Really? Tins is hating on my pick.
It's a frosted thing. The whole thing is frosted up top. Yours just has the chocolate line.
Yeah, it does. I've never had the cookie dough one. I'll have to try it.
All right, guys, that's the draft.
There are so many of them. When I went to Walmart the other day, I walked down the aisle just to look, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, these kids these days!" We literally had like 5 Pop-Tart flavors. There was like 12 new ones.
Back in my day, we only had. Back when we were in country, there was not all these different Pop-Tart flavors.
Yeah, our fun ones were wild berry and s'mores.
Now for Sunday.
Afterthought. Yeah,
s'mores is. Thinks of generic, maybe it's like whatever. Okay, does everybody feel good?
I feel great.
Feels great.
All right. Hey, we have a big episode coming up on Friday. I don't want to give anything away, but I think we have planned to do our dynasty mode. Is this true? On Friday?
We talked about this.
We talked about it a little bit. I thought I was sneak peeking it a little bit. Maybe not. Make sure you tune in to make sure that's true. We are definitely doing something though on Friday, so check in, guys. This is a big time of year for sports. We have March Madness is absolutely right around the corner.
Knocking on the door.
It is right here, and Tins is March, and so he's had some big weeks. We have something special cooking up for you as well. We have a Next Guy Up parlay is back for the month of March, and so here we go. We got some big. I'm kind of spoiling some stuff here on the pod.
Breaking some news.
To us too. Breaking news to everybody.
We talked about this. It's fine. Next parlay is back. And yeah, we hope you guys have a great week. We will see you back here on Friday. See ya.